Plus, TikToker destroyed a free home gifted to her by Atozy channel, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's watch it.
This TikToker traded up from nothing to a house and then gave this house away to another TikTok user in need, only to find out a year later that that person she gave it to destroyed the house and is now trying to ruin her life. My main question is why? But it's safe to say that what started as one of the more wholesome stories to come out of social media.
You know, these are one of those moments that you read the title, but you don't believe it in actually you're reading. You know, like, oh my god, this is not fun.
Recently ended up in becoming one of the most heartbreaking examples of kindness being taken advantage of. So, this TikToker spent 18 months of her life trading up from a bobby pin to get a house. She then completely renovated it and gave it away to someone in need, only to find out that it was destroyed and abandoned roughly a year later, followed by accusations that she was a fraud. And the worst part is, the one who accused the TikToker of being a fraud and destroyed the house was the same TikToker who had been given the house in the first place. How does that even happen? But before we dive into that story, if you've never heard the whole trading up concept before, it's essentially what it says on the tin. You start with something completely worthless, and then you just keep trading it up until I guess you're happy. And if you stay persistent enough and are lucky enough to meet a bunch of kind people and you're very public with it on social media, you could end up with something pretty amazing, especially when you tie it into doing something charitable. And this whole thing was popularized back in 2005 when a man by the name of Kyle McDonald began with just one red paperclip. Almost an entire year later, and after only 14 trades, he ended up with an actual house. And since then, dozens of social media creators have made their own spin-off versions of this trend, including Ryan Trahan, who probably had the most popular version of this called the Penny Challenge. But after taking some inspiration from the original challenge, in 2022, a TikToker decided to revive the concept and put a fresh take on it. Instead of keeping the final reward she ended up with, she chose to give it away to someone who actually needed it. And unlike back in 2005 when the original creator of the One Red Paperclip project first attempted it, we now live in an era of masses being on social media. So turning this journey into content was a no-brainer, and no doubt helped tremendously with this challenge. So meet Demi Skipper, the TikToker who saw the One Red Paperclip as a chance to do something positive. She created the Trade Me project, in which she started to trade from a single bobby pin with the ultimate goal of eventually ending up with a house. Here she documented her entire journey on social media channels, posting videos of each trade as she slowly worked her way up from that bobby pin to increasingly valuable items.
So I can't buy anything, I can't use any money, and I can't trade anyone I know. I started with a bobby pin. From that bobby pin, I traded for a pair of earrings. Those earrings then went for margarita glasses. It was a set of 4. And then after that, a vacuum, then a snowboard. That snowboard then went for an Apple TV, and the Apple TV for a pair of Bose headphones, which I thought was awesome. Then an Xbox, a very old MacBook.
So yeah, you get the point. So about 10 trades later, we started seeing some big trades.
Then the Peloton, and then from the Peloton, a Mustang, a Jeep, a tiny cabin on wheels.
Oh my god, this is incredible.
Then the Honda went for 3 tractors, and then the 3 tractors went for the Chipotle celebrity card.
After landing the Chipotle celebrity card, which granted unlimited free food for a year plus a fully catered dinner for 50 people, totaling
what?
An estimate granted unlimited free
for the Chipotle celebrity card.
After landing the Chipotle celebrity card, which granted unlimited free food for a year plus a
unlimited free food for 1 year. Plus what?
Fully catered dinner for 50 people, totaling an estimated value of $20,000, many people believe that Demi's challenge had actually peaked. Some people said trading it away would be the worst mistake of her entire journey, because no one would ever offer anything worth more than that. But Demi did not listen. Determined to prove them wrong, she carefully mapped out her next steps. Her focus then shifted to celebrities who were die-hard Chipotle fans. She became the Bureau of Burritos. If someone had ever been photographed holding a Chipotle burrito, chances are they were already on her radar. Demi actually got close to closing a deal with a couple of NFL players, but those negotiations ended up falling through in the last minute. Then, after months of dead ends, an unexpected email came through from a woman by the name of Alyssa, proudly calling herself Chipotle's biggest fan. She reached out from Canada. Alyssa ran a flower business and was willing to offer something that completely flipped the game. An off-the-grid trailer equipped with solar panels and a Tesla Powerwall, valued at about $40,000.
Oh, nice.
Against all odds, Demi had found someone who not only matched, but double the card's value.
I am so excited to let you guys know that I've officially made my new trade, and it's worth $40,000. In my last trade, I traded 3 attractors for a Chipotle celebrity card, which gives its new owner unlimited Chipotle for an entire year, starting from the day they get the card. This trade, like so many others, was a tough one. So I got to work until I found Alyssa. Alyssa runs a sustainable flower company called Ladybugs, and also happens to be one of the biggest Chipotle fans I've ever met.
But just as it seemed like everything was falling into place, Demi was hit with one of the most frustrating hurdles of her entire journey. It was 2020. We were still in the post-COVID era, so stuff was locked down. So because of that, borders, they've been closed since 2020 from the US to Canada. So it wasn't super easy to just move a trailer from Canada into the US. And after weeks of navigating paperwork and border regulations, she finally found a way to make it happen, only to be told that the trailer's wheels were illegal under US transportation standards. So Demi, once again, was stuck. She then called the department every day, even offering to file the paperwork herself if that's what it took. But there was no way around it. She had to wait. For 3 entire months, the $40,000 trailer sat untouched in Canada. Eventually, though, a kind follower of her project offered to pick up the trailer and store it in her driveway.
As always, government always make your lives even painful and terrible that it should be, you know. They never make things easier for us. It's only difficult. And there is still people who defend this. Oh my God, these horrible people. I don't know what to say.
Near the US border until Demi could get it. So she and her husband packed up their car and drove 15 hours north. Once they finally laid eyes on the trailer, they decorated it, photographed it, and got it ready for the next trade. And before they even made it back home, the next opportunity had already come knocking. Because while her husband was driving them back home, Demi was back on the grind, scrolling through messages, searching for her next trade until she found a DM of a woman who showed interest in the trailer. So Demi messaged her back to see if there was any real potential here. The woman revealed that she was a professional house flipper, someone who'd owned around 15 properties at a given time. Apparently, she'd been following the Trade Me project from pretty much the very beginning, just waiting for the right time to come along. And she wanted to trade one of her homes, a house in Tennessee, for the trailer.
Okay, we're walking up to it. This feels so surreal. Oh my God.
Oh my God, this is really surreal. This is really surreal.
Of trading a single bobby
pin.
A
bobby pin.
Until I get a house. And I've done it.
So that was it. After a long 28 trades, countless hours of negotiating, Demi finally landed the big one, an actual house.
Is this my house? Answer, please.
You walk through the front door and you're immediately in the main living room of the house with wall-to-wall hardwood floors. Next, just off the living room is the kitchen, with enough room for a small table, but definitely in need of some new cabinets.
It's a nice
and
house.
Counters. Going to the back of the house is the first
It's not
bedroom
even small.
with new carpet and a big-sized closet, followed by the second bedroom
Very
down the hall,
big.
with also a good-sized closet and a great view out the windows to the backyard. Lastly is the bathroom with a tub. It's definitely dated, but can be fixed up to be really beautiful.
But here's the thing. The house she ended up with was pretty much
It's
falling
an amazing
apart.
house.
Not only were there a lot of structural issues, but it was genuinely just very outdated.
We got a call that things weren't going as planned, so we went to go check it out.
Oh
First,
no,
the
that is
structure
always
that's
a
supposed to keep the wall
problem,
up doesn't actually connect to the ground. It looks like it's completely rotted away. Second, there's nearly nothing holding up this floor. Right here, you can see 3 joists, but there's supposed to be many more of these. And then it rained.
And there is
Hell no. Oh my
6
God.
inches of standing water.
Oh my
However, Demi and her
God.
husband, they were not going to let that stop them, so they decided to renovate the entire place from top to bottom. And it's safe to say they absolutely crushed it.
And here's what it looks like now. We fixed the foundation, put in new hardwood floors, completely redid the kitchen with all new appliances, added a washer dryer in the hallway, new beds, including a bed for her dog, and a brand new bathroom. I can't believe it all came from a single bobby pin.
They got a new roof, new appliances, new furniture, and beds. They even
That's
updated the
very,
siding
very
and
nice.
added an outdoor grilling patio in the backyard.
Now
I
just
mean,
grab
they turned
another
this
butt
entire
pin.
old-looking house
Oh my
into a
God.
brand new home. And the fact
Oh
they
my
did
God.
all of that just to provide a home for someone else is extremely impressive.
Okay, it's very, very impressive, but it's not that easy as it seems. If you pay much attention, it took like very much hard working and time and efforts put on this. So it's not like it was just boom, go and do this thing, you know? This is not different from any other type of work, in my opinion. Of course, she also had the views from the videos and the money that she gave her, and also the media that she got on her. But it's all fruits of her work, and yeah, it's very nice. But just don't think you will just like grab and bop and do the same like right away. I mean, you can, of course, you can. As she showed, like everyone can do that. But it's not easy as it looks like in this video, you know? It's not like that.
Once the renovation was complete, Demi put out a word that they were looking for someone to take ownership of the house, and they started accepting applications. And I can only imagine how tough this time actually was, because they received over 2,000 submissions from people explaining why they needed help. And after reviewing all of them, one person stood out above everyone else. Her name was Shay. She was a 19-year-old woman from Pennsylvania. In the video of her submission, Shay explained that her mother had passed away in a car accident when she was just 2 years old. So she and her siblings moved in with their dad. But then he unfortunately got cancer a few years later, became very depressed, and ended up... So she then moved in with her grandparents, but her grandpa passed away and her grandma got pneumonia and had been hospitalized for an extended period of time. During the time her grandma was in the hospital, her uncle moved in. And according to Shay, he was abusive and had problems with alcohol. And when her grandma then eventually
Oh my
came home
God. Oh my God. You could really make an entire movie with this. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? Really? Oh my God. Hell no. This is
from the
incredible.
hospital, she just wasn't the same person anymore.
That same month, my grandmother was discharged from the nursing home, and that gave me a little bit of hope, and I thought that maybe it would switch its act up a bit and everything would be good. Unfortunately, that was not the case.
So obviously, going off of this story, Shay's entire childhood was definitely tough. She had never really had stability or a place to call home. By the time she was 18, she couldn't mentally handle living in that situation anymore. So she moved in with a friend.
Oh
And that's
my
where she was
God.
living when
Oh my
she submitted
God.
her application to the Trade Me project. And after seeing this, Demi and her husband decided she would be the perfect person for this house. And most importantly, this wasn't going to come with any mortgage, rent, or monthly bills. It was completely free, no strings attached, which is an extremely charitable thing to do. So Demi flew out to Pennsylvania to tell Shay in person. And you can see how grateful Shay looked when she found out the surprise.
Hi! Oh, we're here! We came all the way here.
And this was the one that destroyed the house, right? I can't believe this. No, we don't know yet, but I mean, that's the title of the video, so I can just imagine that we are talking about this girl.
Because I felt like I wanted to see you in person, and I'm here to tell you that the house is yours. There's no way. Yes, it's yours. Yeah. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh.
And it did not stop there. Demi also attended Shay's graduation, helped her boyfriend, and his mother move into the house, and even set up an Amazon wish list so her followers could donate household essentials and have them delivered directly to Shay's new address. And then on top of all of that, they gave her a $10,000 check to help her get started in her
Oh my
new life in
God.
Tennessee.
Oh
She
my
really went
God.
above and beyond for this new family. This, without a doubt, is like someone winning the lottery to get a free home to live.
These people like her make me still have like a glimmer of hope in this world, you know, like, oh gosh, good people still really exist out there, huh? That's amazing. It's good to see. It's good to see, but at the same time, it's so frustrating to see what's coming next on this video. Oh my
Living
God.
perpetually, 10 grand, a bunch of free stuff in the house, it's safe to say the Trade Me project completely changed Shay's life. But unfortunately, that's where everything started to go downhill very fast. So Shay, her boyfriend, and her mom.
Now it's. I hope there is like some kind of. Like, I mean, there is no good explanation for what's going to happen, but I want to understand what led to this to happen with the house. Like, I really want to, because I cannot imagine such a thing. Oh my God. And there was literally people that says that everything that's come easy, there are some people out there that like they don't do anything, literally anything for free to the others, and they say when they are confronted, they say that it's not because they are bad or anything, it's because people tend not to value things that are given free to them, you know? And when I see stuff like this, it actually kind of makes sense, you know? It kind of makes sense.
Mother moved into the house and got settled. And for a while, everything seemed fine. But then Demi started getting messages from Shay's neighbors. Apparently, there were several packages sitting outside of the house, getting rained on, and the neighbor was really concerned about them. Demi immediately reached out to Shay to ask about it, and Shay explained that she was back in Pennsylvania, visiting for a few days, and she couldn't find a flight back to Tennessee. Okay, no big deal. People visit their families. That's normal. Except a week went by and Demi still hadn't heard anything from Shay. And the packages, they were still sitting there. So she then reached out again, asking if Shay was coming home yet or if the neighbor could drop off the packages. She also asked if Shay could take some pictures of the rugs, the house, because the company that donated them wanted to use those photos for marketing purposes. But unfortunately, there was no response. So she kept trying. And then finally, Shay replied, saying that she would be home that night and she would take the pictures. But that night came and went, and nothing happened. 3 more days passed before Demi reached out again, and Shay's excuse was she had only had Wi-Fi sometimes, which doesn't quite add up, but okay. So for the
No, come on, it doesn't make any sense. We know that. It doesn't make any sense.
The next 2 months, the same pattern kept repeating. Demi would reach out, get no response at all, or some random excuse to why Shay wasn't back yet, or couldn't do whatever she was being asked to do. Eventually, Demi just donated all those packages to Goodwill because she couldn't get a straight answer about when Shay would actually be there to pick up the packages. And in October, Demi finally asked the question that was probably on her mind for months. She flat out asked Shay if she was actually planning to move into the house, because if not, she wanted to give it to someone who would actually live there and appreciate it. And Shay's response was interesting, to put it lightly. She said she definitely planned on moving in, but admitted that she had booked flights multiple times and canceled them in the last minute because she was scared. She mentioned being afraid because she didn't have a driver's license and would have to rely on buses or Uber to get around. She also mentioned her dog, saying how much it loved it there and how she wanted to pass the house down to someone else who needed it. Demi's response was incredibly understanding and patient. She said that she totally got it, and she said she was proud of Shay and she didn't mind managing everything while Shay figured things out. But despite Demi's continued patience and support, 14 months went by with basically no updates and no real communication. So after 14 months of managing a house from out of state with no real contact from the person who was actually living there, Demi and her husband decided they needed to drive to Tennessee to check on the property themselves. And what they found was so much worse than what they could have imagined. The house was completely trashed. There were urine stains on the floor, trash shoved in the closets. The kitchen was a disaster and the fridge was full of rotten food.
So August 13th, 2023, I actually went down to Clarksville to see what was happening with this house. She hadn't been there in 14 months, and this is where things get insane. We got to the house and the house was completely ruined. Everything inside, but essentially there was pee on the ground. All of the garbage that had been used in the month that she was there was jammed into closets. So you can imagine what it looks like after 14 months. I've never seen anything like this. I cried in the front yard of the house. Just can't imagine that somebody would do this. And after 14 months of me talking with her this entire time and her saying she was moving back, we're just waiting, we just needed more time. And I honestly believed that.
But this wasn't just neglect. There was intentional damage throughout the house. Things that would cost serious money to repair that had been deliberately destroyed. This place was basically uninhabitable after all of that work.
Please, someone explain that to me. Why she done that? Why she done this? Why? What possibly happened? Like, it doesn't make any sense. The way the house is, it really looks like what they are saying, like it was intentional. As someone like really did this full intentionally. Like, I don't understand. I don't.
They had done for free, essentially. There was no real upside with all the effort that they put in to this house, except for giving a nice home to someone who was in need. The amount of time, energy, and money they put into this place to have it look like this? Why? Why would someone ever do that to someone? So immediately after discovering the state of the house, Demi messaged Shay, confronting her about the condition of the property. She said that she was shocked and devastated from what she found, and that if she didn't hear back, she would assume that due to the property damage and the health violations, Shay would no longer have access to the house. This time, Shay actually responded with an apology. She admitted that she was lost and confused about being an adult, and that she was only
No, just take the fucking accountability. Don't make excuses up. Like, it's always the same thing. It's always the same
19
thing.
years old and didn't know what she was doing. Shay then said that she was sorry
No,
about
my
everything
God,
and that she was upset and
no.
disappointed in herself as well. No matter how you've been brought up, you can easily recognize someone's generosity here. And to completely neglect that and use the excuse of, oh, I'm only 19 years old, that is just laughably stupid. That is pathetic. I, like, probably
is
most
so
of you guys had
fucking
moved out of my
stupid.
parents'
This is
house
so fucking
by the time I
stupid.
was 19. And I doubt any of us left our first home in that condition. So Demi rightfully reclaimed the house due to the extensive damage, and Shay accepted this with no resistance whatsoever. But then, 2 weeks later, as you can guess, the story just got even weirder. Shay then decided to post a TikTok video calling out Demi and making it seem like Demi had just decided to take the house back for no good reason at all.
No good reason? No good reason? How she has the courage? How she has the... Oh my god. Hell no, man. Like, I don't know how someone can be so evil like that. It's always... Oh my god. It's always the same thing. It's always the same type. God, I don't know what to say.
Hold up, what? What? So at this point, Demi had stayed completely silent about what had actually happened. She hadn't said anything publicly about the condition of the house or anything about Shay's months of absence. So then, I guess she had to make this video.
You might have seen this video. In order to protect Shay, I had decided not to post anything about this entire situation, but now it's time to come with the receipts.
But when Shay posted that original video, Demi started getting bombarded with hate comments and messages from people who essentially thought that she cruelly took the house away from someone in need. This basically forced Demi's hand to provide all the receipts. So she had no choice but to share the screenshots of their text conversations and explain what had actually happened. The months of no communication, the trashed house, everything that we've covered up until now. And after Demi's side of the story blew up, it didn't take long for Shay to make all of her social media accounts private and remove all of her content. And as far as I know, since Shay never signed off for the house transfer documents, Demi still owns the house, and presumably had to spend even more money getting it back to a livable condition. However, after everything that happened, she understandably stopped sharing any future updates about this situation publicly, which is honestly just heartbreaking on every level. You have Demi, who spent so much time and probably tens of thousands of dollars turning a worthless bobby pin into a fully renovated house. Also, she could, I guess, try to change someone's life for the better. But then you have Shay, who, regardless of her rough circumstances, showed up and destroyed that dream. And unfortunately,
When I literally, quote-unquote, won a house for a TikToker, but then was later banned from the property. It's so fucking unbelievable. Oh my god. You horrible little piece of shit. What the fuck? How can you be so fucking stupid? How can you be so fucking evil? Down, evil bitch. Be gone.
who, regardless of her rough circumstances, showed up and destroyed that dream. And unfortunately for Shay, that might have been the handout of her lifetime. Because honestly, I don't think there will ever be anyone else in her life that will step up for her like the stranger on the internet Demi did for her. The fact that it ended this way is just tragic for everyone involved. The truth is, like, we may never know the full story of what happened in that house during those 14 months.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. This pisses me off
Was there
so
some
fucking
substance
much.
abuse involved? Maybe some mental health issues that weren't being addressed? Like, could it be that Shay was secretly renting the house out to other people and they were the ones who destroyed this? Who knows? There's so many random possibilities here. Or maybe the problem was giving such a huge responsibility to someone so young who had never had any stability in their life. When you've never had a real home, maybe you don't know how to take care of it.
No, man, no, Atozy, I'm sorry. It doesn't make any sense. I know her head was a piece of shit. That's very much clear, like, from the first moment I saw her. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, you guys know how I built up entire concept about her in the moment I saw her, just like that. And I wasn't even sure yet if she was the one who destroyed the thing, but, yeah, I mean, I understand that she had bad conditions in life and all this stuff that she passed by and her age and everything, but I bet, like, literally no one, like, most of the people, like, and this is on the person who gave gave the house to her as well, like, how can you choose someone so poorly? Like, you have to think better of whom you're choosing. Like, you need better proofs, you need to know a little more about the person. I understand that you wanted to do some acts of good, but I mean, you probably learned that with doing this. Now, you probably will do that if you happen to do something like this ever again. You will probably think twice before giving the house to someone like her. But I mean, it wasn't that difficult. It wasn't that difficult to see that she was a problem. I mean, it wasn't. Come on, let's be real. I want you from our audience right here that listen to me right now. Let me know in the comments if you didn't talk, like, at the first moment that you look at her, you didn't saw like it was problem. Okay, I'm sorry, but it's just how things work to me, because I'm tired of bullshit. People need to be tired of stupid things like, oh, but that's preconcept and that's blah blah blah. Fuck it, not here. Okay, go to somewhere else if you have this mindset. Okay, I don't care. I'm tired of bullshit. Yeah. Let's keep watching.
Who knows? But what is clear is someone was given an incredible opportunity, a completely free house, no strings attached, along with $10,000.
You know how much people would love an opportunity like this? You know that? And come on, let's just think this for a second. Like, how many people there wouldn't like to have a house like that? Even more in a words, like, literally no one has one. Like myself, for example. I mean, I live with my parents, like most of the people nowadays. But doesn't take this like me. But I'm talking like, just because I'm young as well, like her. But just give it to someone at around 30, like 28, 30 years old. You know, that probably it's more prepared to deal with the responsibilities of having a house. And even so, you would still need to choose carefully, because we know how people are aging very badly nowadays, even worse and worse than before. So yeah, you still would have to be choosing carefully, but I bet it would be easier and way less probably that you have chosen something like this. Also, I personally, yeah, now it's something that I will receive hate on. I will probably give that to a man. But that's me, okay? That's me.
There's in a bunch of items, and somehow ended up trashing the place and disappearing for over a year. This whole situation is just a reminder that real...
And you can say whatever bullshit you want. Oh, pick me, love me, and all the bullshits you want, okay? Fuck it, I don't care.
Life is very complicated, and sometimes even the most generous gestures can go wrong with no fault of the person trying to help. But hopefully, stories like this don't discourage people from being kind and generous in the future. The world definitely needs more people like Demi, who are willing to go out of their way and help others, even if it doesn't.
No, she still won a lot with that, like, knowledge, and, I mean, she learned, like, what she need to do with the next one. She also gained more visibility and, like, more credibility with all of the work that she does. So probably next time she will have even better opportunities or the same opportunity that she had right now to do such a thing with way more easy than she have done up to now, because now she's more widely known for what she does, you know, and all of this stuff. So she will probably do the same thing again way faster than before, and achieving better results than now. And this was somehow, I still see this with a lot of positivity, you know. Of course, things like this are not supposed to happen, but I bet it was something for her to learn as well. Both of them in the case, for the younger one and to the person who gave the house. Both of them learned with this. Probably that young girl will pass the entire life repenting. This thing, not now. I bet she doesn't repent now, but I bet 10 years later she will repent her actions.
Doesn't always work out the way they'd hoped for. But either way, what Demi and her husband did was incredibly inspiring, and
yeah, that's it. I mean, I don't know what's anymore. That is still 20 seconds of video. I'm not sure if I should. Let's finish watching this first. But I still have something to say, so don't close the video yet. I will talk about something interesting that I found on X today. I'll probably post I'll post the photo somewhere to add it, and I will add it over, but I will talk about it.
Nobody can ever take that away from them. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe, drop a like on this video if you enjoyed the story, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. No way did a fly into my softbox. I've had one fly terrorize me for the last, like, 2 days. How long do those flies? 28 days?
Before we go any further, I want to take this brief moment here to thank all of you, my patrons, that support my work here on YouTube, and especially my 5-tail fox tier member, Zalost, and my 3-tail fox tier members, Heath Rowell, Fenny Sylvy, and Radmuiel, for the incredible support to my work. Thank you very, very much. You guys are amazing. Also, thanks to everyone who donated to me through Tron, and to all of my YouTube members. You can support this channel life and growth with just $5 a month and gain access to many perks. This is less than a burrito. Check out my Patreon, link is in the description below. Oh yeah, was it? End of the video then. The thing I wanted to talk about was, before we end this video, I found one graphic that shows how married couples with house are declining. Like, it was very terrifying graphic to see, and this only shows us how getting a house, it's becoming like literally impossible. And we've talked about this here before, but from time to time I think there is a lot of time already that we don't talk about this, so I thought this was worth like bringing back. I will put this graph somewhere right here on the screen on the editing, but yeah, I will search for that and put it somewhere on the screen so you guys can see as well. Thank everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check the links below, Patreon, Discord, Tron, and Ko-Fi. And support this fox right here so I can live in my fucking country ASAP. And I see you all in the next one. Bye.